Hi friends, it's Erin with LizzyandErin.com. I've got another cute craft for you guys. We're going to be using a bunch of things from Dollar Tree. One is going to be this little magnet right here. It says, "You are capable of amazing things." And then we're also going to use this little ornate picture frame here from Dollar Tree. Then I found this little sign right here. This is also from Dollar Tree. This was in the section with the like home decor stuff by the frames. And it says bride's rules. There was also a groom's rules one like this, but simple, cute little I guess you call them box frames or pictures. I'm not sure. Anyhow, and then we're also going to use this really cute piece of scrapbook paper. This is the first time I've used this design right here. So cute, you guys. So we're going to use this. This is from Hobby Lobby. You can often find these for 4 pieces for $1 at Hobby Lobby. We're also going to use some white paint and Mod Podge and a few other things, and I'll explain everything as we go along. So let's get started. All right, so first things first, we are going to open up our little picture here. They're calling it decor is what they're calling it. Let's open this guy up. There we go. All right. So what we're going to do first is we're going to flip this over, also flip over our scrapbook paper here. We're going to trace out our picture here. There we go. I'm making sure that when I do this, I'm making sure that I'm bringing my picture in. I don't know if you can see this. Let me bring this forward a little bit. I'm making sure that I don't have the edges all the way to the edge of the paper. I'm bringing it in just a hair so that I know that there's a little bit of room for paper hanging over because I would rather it be too hang over too much rather than be too short. So bringing it in just a hair, and then I will trace it out. I hope what I just said made sense. I think that it did. All right, so now we're going to cut this guy out. I'm also going to make sure when I cut on the outside of my trace line. That way we also make sure that we are hanging over a little bit rather than being a little too short. There we go. All right. So you guys know why I focus on that part so much, making sure that you trace on the outside of the line and make sure you bring it in just a little bit, because obviously I've cut a few pieces of paper too short and it's not fun. So so make it to where you make your piece of paper bigger rather than smaller so it fits your piece. Okay, so now we're going to use a little Mod Podge right here this is from Dollar Tree, these little bottles right here. I'm just going to squirt some of that on there. I'm going to take the little brush here and I'm just going to spread that out nicely. I'm not putting too much Mod Podge on here. I just want a thin layer of Mod Podge. So I'm going to spread it out nicely, really making sure that I get it in those corners and the edges. And making sure that I don't have it on there too thick. If I do, it'll just crinkle up and like shrink up your paper, and it's not going to lay flat and pretty like you want. There we go. All right. So now I am going to lay my piece of paper right here on our picture here, and then carefully try to smooth it out without moving it around too much. Smoothing it out on those edges, making sure there's no air bubbles. I moved it again. Just pressing it down just like this. Make sure it's nice and flat to your surface. I am loving this scrapbook paper. It's beautiful. So pretty. Okay, so now that I've got my Mod Podge on there, I am going to, I've got some of the paper hanging over the edges. You can see it right there. So right now, I'm going to flip it over just like this, and I'm going to, in a downward motion like this, I'm going to go down on my edges and scrape that extra paper hanging over the top. I'm gonna get that off of there. There we go. Whoop. Just going around all my edges. Hang on, I've got a better sanding block right here. Here we go. And my sanding block is from Dollar Tree, guys. Okay, there we go. Oop, one little corner, just like that. Okay, all nice and smooth around our edges. They are clear of paper, so we just have our paper right here on the top. So, so pretty, I love it. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna set that over there to dry, just like that. Now we're gonna go back to our cute little frame from Dollar Tree, super ornate. These look so good when you put some paint on them. So we are gonna dress this cutie up. And this is from the Dollar Tree. I'm not sure if I just said that or not. Let's open it up. We're gonna take out the center portion here. I'm gonna get rid of that glass. I don't need that at all. So we're gonna toss that. And right now, I'm keeping my little backer for right now, okay? All I need right now is, actually, we don't even need the backer. We just need the frame. This is all we need right here. So what we're gonna do now is we are going to take our silver frame and we're gonna make this guy pop. Because when you have ornate surfaces like this, whether it's a frame, whether it's a like ornate candlestick, whether it's a piece of furniture that's really ornate like this, anytime you add paint to it, it really makes it pop, especially white paint. So we're going to be using our white apple barrel paint right here, and we're just gonna paint this guy up. And you can get that apple barrel paint from Walmart. I'm also going to use, I'm gonna be using my Paint Pixie brush right here. This is, the Paint Pixie brush I'm using is called Joy. And these are great brushes, you guys. They are awesome, good quality. And it's also gonna be a great brush for me to use on this project right here in particular, because I'm gonna be able to dab my paint all into those crevices and spots that my regular artist brush may miss. All right. So I'm gonna dab on my paint, making sure that I'm getting it into all those grooves. And then I'll kind of brush over it a little bit after I've got it dabbed into all the places that I want it dabbed into. Then brush over and smooth it out. Make sure you're going along your sides also like that. All right. So now that I've got one coat on there, I'm gonna grab my heat gun. My heat gun is from Harbor Freight, and I'm just gonna quickly dry this. I'm making sure not to get too close to my piece here, because you get too close and it can make your paint bubble up. Especially, I found it has happened with this apple barrel paint before. So I'm keeping it moving. I'm not staying in one spot. And this frame is also, it's really heavy, thick plastic, but essentially it's plastic. So I don't want to melt the frame. Just trying to dry this paint. All right. So now we're going to go in and do another coat, and then we're going to make sure I see some spots that I missed. So I'm going to go in and make sure I get those spots really good. And I'll even stand up my frame and come from the back side to get into those spots that are easy to miss from the front. Whoop. Making sure I go along my sides. I'll add a link to these Paint Pixie brushes in the description of this video also, guys. All right, so I am happy with the coverage there. I think that looks great. There we go. Let me bring it up closer so you guys can see. There we go. Super cute. Love it. All right, I'm gonna dry it one more time. All right, so that's nice and dry. All right, what we're gonna do real quick is we're gonna take the little clips that hold in the backer. We don't need those anymore, so we're gonna get those out of the way, just so that when we go to hot glue our frame onto our surface here, that it sits flat with the surface. And actually, I'm gonna pluck them off, just like that. They're coming off really easy, guys. All right, and these are just wire cutters that I'm using right here. All right, there we go. All right, so that's what we're working with now, guys. And now I'm gonna take my sanding sponge here, and I'm using one that is a little more worn. I'm not going at it with my brand new one. This one's a lot more coarse, so I'm going at it with my worn sanding sponge, so that I'm not just taking all the paint off. I just kind of want to distress it a little bit to bring a little bit of that silver back out on the high points of this little frame. I'm just trying to bring back the silver on any of the raised portions of the frame. That's it. I'm kind of digging in a little bit to get to these other little spots here. One spot I missed here on the inside of my frame, so I'm just gonna add a little more paint there. So double check that inside of your frame part. There we go. Dry that real quick. There we go. What do you think? Super cute. All right. Love it, love it, love it. You see how we just barely brought back a little bit of that silver, that the frame was originally a silver color. Okay, so now before I move on to the next part, I'm gonna make sure that I know where the top part of my frame is, and it's right here. So I'm gonna be aware of that when I go to start adding everything on here. So I'm gonna find the center part of my frame. Okay, just kind of get an idea. Super cute. All right, so now I am going to, I see that the parts that are touching the surface are these corners right here that kind of look like feet, kind of, sort of. And so that is where I am going to apply the most hot glue, is right there, and a little bit right here. I've got my hot glue gun on high temp, which gives me a little more time to work my way around. Means my hot glue doesn't set up as fast. All right, so now again, we're gonna find our center. We're gonna carefully place this on our surface. And I went a little heavy. I see it pulling out over there, whoops. That is okay. And make sure that's on there real nice and good. All right, it is on there good. Okay guys, look how cute that is. I love it. All right, so lastly, we're gonna take this little magnet right here, and a lot of times I find these hanging on the end caps, or just hanging from the shelves at Dollar Tree. There's not really a certain spot for them normally. They're, like I said, they're just hanging from the shelves, kind of on little dangly things. Okay, I'm gonna try to take this magnet off, and if it won't come off, I don't think it's the end of the world. But it looks, oh, it's coming off. Because it's so shiny, it's like a really shiny magnet. I just don't want my hot glue to not stick to it. Looks like this side isn't sure if it wants to come off or not. So apparently it's going to be a booger to take it off. This part is not necessary. You can go ahead and hot glue it in place, and it will probably be fine. And I say probably because I'm not 100% sure. All right, so it looks like that's all that I'm going to be able to get off of there for now, which is fine. Okay, I've got enough surface here to put the hot glue on to adhere this. To hot glue this in place. So this little square magnet right here fits perfectly inside of the little frame, just like that. So cute. So what we're gonna do, Lordy, come on. Okay, oh my gosh. Okay, all right, so what we're gonna do is I'm going to go ahead and fill this guy up with some hot glue. I think that'll be enough right there, just like that. And now I'm gonna carefully kind of plop it down where I want it to go, right in the center. And then I'm just gonna hold it in place. And I don't know about y'all, but I love this. I feel like this little flower, like right here on this magnet, really matches this paper really well. And the center part of the magnet really matches the paper too. I thought it was a perfect little addition to our little sign here. How cute is that, y'all? So we spent $1 on our frame, $1 on the Ornate frame, and then we spent $1 on our magnet. So the total cost for this is $3. Then we spent $25 on our scrapbook paper from Hobby Lobby. So $3.25, and I enjoyed making it, so you can't put a price on that. So anyhow, y'all, I hope that you enjoyed this as much as I did. I think this is beautiful. I think it would look great in like a little girl's room or anywhere. It's beautiful. Anyhow, y'all, I hope you enjoyed this. That is all that I've got for you guys right now. I hope that you like it. If you do, let us know in the comments. If you don't, just move right along. And make sure you guys are following us on Facebook, YouTube, Pinterest, Instagram. Also, make sure you're checking out our blog at LizzyandErin.com. Also, if you're interested in our shirts, you can check them out at LizzyandErinDesigns.com. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Bye.